Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. We are joined by Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta. Lots more earnings to get through this morning. The focus shifting from big tech to big oil. But of course, with so much weight that tech has on the broader indexes, let's start with what's going on with Apple and Amazon. Good morning, Kriti.
Good morning, Nathan. Let's do it. Apple really seeing has been seeing a little bit of a warning and tough waters ahead when it comes to their stock and their company, especially when it comes to the tariff impact. Tim Cook talking about a $900 million hit to their earnings that are just tariff related in the quarter that they just reported. So Apple very much taking a beating this morning in terms of the share price. AAPL is your ticker, trading about $206 a share, down about 3% this morning. It's not a Nathan, to your point, because Amazon's right on its heels. AMZN is your ticker, trading about $188 a share, down just shy of 1% this morning. Amazon is interesting because, of course, they're going to get hit by the tariffs as well, but they also reported a miss when it comes to their cloud business unit, AWS, which actively competes with likes of Microsoft's Azure business and Oracle and Alphabet and all the other cloud players as well. So Amazon, although sometimes we can see a pullback in the commerce business, it's offset by their cloud business. This time you saw a hit on both fronts, and that's not something that the street is liking from a business investment point of view, but also a tariff point of view as well. So a double whammy there for Apple and Amazon, very different from the messaging of Meta and Microsoft earlier in the week. I want to stick with the tech story a little bit, Nathan. I guess you can call it a tech company. Airbnb is your biggest dropper this morning, or your biggest weight this morning. ABNB is your ticker, down about 5.6%. This is the direct impact of softness in U.S. travel demand. All the times we've talked about Europeans and Asians not wanting to come to the United States, and that drop in tourism off of some of the volatility emanating from Washington, D.C. Airbnb is confirming it to the point that they're giving a fairly weak outlook in the read-through and saying it is actively affecting their bottom line in terms of the input into the United States. Those shares down about 5% this morning, trading at $117 a share. But Nathan, you mentioned it's not just tech that's reported earnings, it's oil as well, big oil specifically. Here in Europe, we had Shell come out with their numbers. They reinforced their buybacks, launched $3.5 billion worth of share buybacks. You did see a massive rally despite some weakness in some of their operating margins. Chevron beat their estimates, so the opposite of Shell, but missed on their buybacks to the point that it is really suffering in the pre-market. I'll give you the numbers first on the share price. The second quarter buybacks coming in at about $2.5 to $3 billion. Their previous guidance was $3.9 billion in their first quarter. So you can see they're not suspending their buybacks, so they are bringing them down just a touch. And the market is punishing it for it, despite their earnings coming in strong, down about 2.4% this morning. CVX is your ticker, trading at just about $133 a share. When we talk about Chevron, we got to talk about Exxon as well and give the company some love. XOM is your ticker this morning. Traditionally, the two move alike quite a bit. XOM moving in the opposite direction, trading higher by 1.3% this morning. Their estimates actually coming in line, but it looks like there is always that relative trade when it comes to Exxon and Chevron. So Chevron's taking a beating that tends to underpin Exxon shares, but both reporting lower profits ahead of those tariff numbers, Nathan.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.